campus head. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warmly welcome to this speech competition. And I warmly welcome my distinguished guests, the principal of the institute, Mr. Wasim Akram, the campus head, Mr. Hassan Chauhan, and Mr. Subhan Saab and Mr. Abdul Samad Saab. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege for us that a personality like Mr. Dr. Muhammad Imtiaz is among us. He is the head of UCP, as well as he is also chairing the English department of UCP section. So please, big round of applause for Mr. Dr. On a very short notice that he has obliged us, and we are very grateful to him. What's more, as you know that this speech competition is among the 4 sections of PPE. The classes comprises of presentation and personal effectiveness students, and the topic of today's speech is challenges of 21st century and Pakistan. We are going to start this function by the name of Allah. I would invite Ms. Sadia to please recite some of the holy verses. Please, Ms. Sadia. تو سمد صاحب کو بھی دے دیں. یہ آپ دونوں یہ تینوں ججز کے طور پر ہوں.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. قل تحاجوننا فی اللہ وهو ربنا وربکم ولنا مالنا ولکم ما مالکم ونحن له مخلصون. أن تقولون إن إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط كانوا هودا أو نصارى قل أنتم أعلم أم الله. آمنت بالله صدق الله العظيم.
Ms. Sadia from the batch number 15, she was reciting the holy verses, and after that, to pay homage to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I would invite Mr. Zainul Abidin, please.
صلی اللہ علیہ یا رسول اللہ وسلم علیک یا حبیب اللہ. بے خود کیے دیتے ہیں، بے خود کیے دیتے ہیں، انداز حجابانہ دل میں تجھے رکھ لوں، ہے جلوائے جانانا دل میں تجھے رکھ لوں. اتنا تو کرم کرنا اے چشم کریمانہ، اتنا تو کرم کرنا اے چشم کریمانہ، جب جان لبوں پر ہو تم سامنے آ جانا، جب جان لبوں پر ہو. کہ دنیا میں مجھے تم نے جو اپنا بنایا ہے، دنیا میں مجھے تم نے جو اپنا بنایا ہے، محشر میں بھی کہہ دینا آقا جی، محشر میں بھی کہہ دینا یہ ہے میرا دیوانہ، دل میں تجھے رکھ لوں. کیوں آنکھ ملائی تھی، کیوں آگ لگائی تھی، میرے آقا کیوں آنکھ ملائی تھی، کیوں دید کرائی تھی، اب رخ کو چھپا بیٹھے کر کے مجھے دیوانہ، دل میں تجھے رکھ لوں اے جلوائے جانانا، دل میں تجھے رکھ لوں.
Mr. Zainul Abidin, he was reciting verses in praise of Muhammad, peace be upon him. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, as you know that this function comprises over a speech competition. As we know that Pakistan is facing a lot of challenges these days. When we compare these challenges with the challenges of the whole world, then we see that how much is the intense situation, the challenges we are facing. To highlight the importance of the challenges of 21st century in Pakistan, some of the students of PPE, they have prepared some speeches in this connection. So I would invite one by Ms. Fiza Ali from the batch number 15. She was expressing her ideas about the challenges of 21st century in Pakistan. My next female contestant of today is Miss Arhama Habib. She belongs to the batch number 14. Please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to all gathered here. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. First, thank you to our chief guest for giving this opportunity to speak on a topic that resonates deeply with the challenges of our times, the risks and threats of 21st century. So 21st century is the current era in the Anno Domini calendar as a time of rapid changes defined by humanity's attempt to harness technology, addresses existential challenges, and redefine its place in the universe. As we gathered here today, we stand at crossroads in history where the actions we take or fails to take will shape the destiny of our world and particularly of Pakistan. 21st century is a paradox. starting my oration with a quote of Rolf Peter. He said that great paradox of 21st century is that in this age of powerful technology, the biggest problems we are facing internationally are the problems of human soul. Unquestionably, the 21st century has gifted us with incredible advancements in science, technology, and communication. Yet, it has also burdened us with unprecedented challenges. Challenges like extreme climate breakdown, social and cultural shifts, resource scarcity, globalization, political instability, sluggish economy. These are no longer distant concepts. In fact, they are realities knocking at our door. Pakistan, our beloved homeland, stands in the front line of many of these challenges. Our glaciers are melting at alarming rate, threatening the lifeblood of our rivers and agriculture. The devastating floods of recent years reminds us that climate crisis is not a future threat, it is a present disaster. As Pakistan has been facing external threats to its independence and territorial integrity right from its birth. Periodic upheavals along with internal subversion further complicated the situation, resulting in Pakistan sandwiched between two neighboring countries, India and Afghanistan. So security too remains a pressing concern. Moreover, Palestine exemplifies one of the most challenging concerns of 21st century, including prolonged conflicts, human rights violation, and the struggles of self-determination. This country has suffered as much as no any other country in terms of both human lives as well as material damage. And look how beautifully Faiz Ahmad Faiz urges the oppressed to speak out against injustice, emphasizing the power of their voices. Bol ke lab azad hai tere. Bol zaba ab tak teri hai. तेरा सतवां जिस्म है तेरा, बोल के जा अब तक तेरी है. बोल ये थोड़ा वक्त बहुत है, जिस्म ज़बां की मौत से पहले. बोल के सच जिंदा है अब तक, बोल जो कुछ कहना है कह ले. These words reminds us that power of voice lies not only within the words spoken, but in the courage behind them. We can also say that terrorism and extremism have cast a long shadow over Pakistan, testing our resilience time and again. The poet of East, Allama Muhammad Iqbal, once said, "Nations are born in the hearts of poets. They prosper and die in the hands of politicians." But I see it in this way that confronting and committing and responsibilities to confront the 21st century obstacles lies not only with the policymaker, but with every citizen, every individual, every human being. As dancing around the fire is not the solution to any problem, one should try to see beneath the surface to grasp an idea about the basic issue. Economically, the world is witnessing growing disparities. While the global GDP rises, so does inequality. For Pakistan, with its burgeoning youth population, the key lies in education and empowerment. This reminds me the ravishing words of Malala Yousafzai. She said once, "Give the youth a voice, and they will write the future." It is our duty to equip the younger generation with skills, knowledge, and opportunities to thrive into a competitive global landscape. However, ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget that the challenges of 21st century are also opportunities in disguise. The challenges of 21st century, the trials and barriers of this century compel us to think innovatively, act collaboratively, and dream ambitiously. Pakistan has the potential to become a beacon of hope, a land where resilience turns threats into triumphs. In the end, let me leave you guys with these immortal words of Rumi. Try not to resist the challenges that comes your way. Instead, let life live through you. And do not worry that your life is getting upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? Let us face the challenges of this century with courage, wisdom, and unity. For Pakistan and for the world, the future is ours to shape. Thank you so much.
Miss Arhama Habib, she was representing the batch number 14. Now I would like to invite Mr. Talha Shafkat from the batch number 13. Please.
In a world where challenges are supreme, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Honorable judges, respected teachers, and my dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. Today, I stand before you to speak about the challenges of 21st century. A century where Pakistan stands at a critical juncture. The question is, will we shape the future or will we let the future shape us? For Pakistan, these challenges are not just challenges, they are opportunities to rise, to lead, and to transform. Mr. President, let us face the truth. Pakistan is at war, not with the foreign enemy, but with itself. We are fighting battles against ignorance, corruption, and apathy. These battles are not fought with weapons, but with courage, intellect, and determination. The first front in this battle is education. Let me ask you, how can a nation prosper? Mr. President, how can a nation prosper when 22 million of its children are out of school, when rote learning replaces critical thinking, when talent is buried under the weight of failed system? Mr. President, our classrooms should be arenas of innovation, not factories for mediocrity. Until we value education as a weapon of change, we will remain sane. Dear audience, education alone is not enough. We must pay attention to the economic crisis. We are a nation blessed with natural resources, yet we stand shackled by debt, mismanagement, and corruption. Where is the accountability? Where is the vision? Let me be clear. No nation can rise on borrowed wealth. Until we value education and follow these economic crises, we will rise again in the 21st century. Dear audience, the major issue in another one is climate change. Pakistan is not just a victim. We are on the front line. From devastating floods to scorching drought, we are witnessing the wrath of our planet we have abused for decades. Mr. President, are we ready to continue watching our people suffer? Or will we rise to defend our land, plant trees, protect water, and adopt sustainable practices? Not tomorrow, but today, because time is not on our side. Dear audience, the future of Pakistan lies in the hands of technology. Artificial intelligence is not just a wave coming in the future. It's a storm already here. And if we don't seize this moment, we will be crushed under the weight of our own inaction. The world is advancing at a lightning speed. And if we don't equip our youth with the latest technology, we will be left behind, forgotten. How can we build a strong nation? Sir, how can we build a strong nation when we are busy fighting among ourselves? Let us not forget, Mr. Jinnah wanted to make Pakistan a progressive Islamic welfare, a democratic state, a state in which sovereignty belongs to Allah, a state responsible for the welfare of every citizen, granting their due rights, a state which will not discriminate among its citizens on the basis of caste, color, and religion. Let's rise together as one people, one nation, one Pakistan. But sir, let me brutally be honest, none of this is easy. Change never is. We must be ready to sacrifice, to struggle, and to preserve. We must confront the uncomfortable truths of our own failure, because 21st century does not forgive the weak, the lazy, or the divided. It rewards only those who dare to rise above. So my Pakistani fellows, I ask you, will we rise? Will we dare to dream of a better future with everything we have? So, Pakistani fellows, the time for excuses is over. Pakistan is not a nation destined to bow before its challenges. We are a nation destined to conquer them. So, the time for excuses is over. Now, it's the time for action. Thank you very much.
Mr. Talha Shafkat from the batch number 13, he was expressing his point of view in a very... I would like to invite Miss Laiba Tariq. Laiba Tariq from the batch number 13 as well.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected teachers, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Laiba Tariq, and today the topic of my speech is Challenges of 21st Century in Pakistan. As we stand at the threshold of a new era, we are confronted with the numerous challenges that threaten our society progress and our way of living. First of all, I would like to talk on the issue of poverty and inequality. Dear audience, despite of our impressive economic growth, millions of Pakistanis are still living below the poverty line and have the denied access to the basic necessities of the human life. Then there is a problem of human development. There is need to invest in education. Our youth are our assets, but unfortunately, they are being let down by a system that fails to provide them with the knowledge, skills, and opportunities that they need to succeed in life. We should invest in institutions and promote good governance. Nepotism, corruption, and mismanagement have eroded the trust in the government. We must confront the scourge of terrorism and inequality. For too long, our country has been plagued by intolerance and violence. And as a result, it destroyed the millions of the lives, destabilized our society, and undermined our international reputation. The countries like Japan, Malaysia, and Korea are working very hard. And with their hard work, they have enabled themselves to deal with the challenges of the current millennium in a very dignified way. And they have made development to an extent that it becomes a far cry for Pakistan to assimilate with their stands. And they have made all of this possible by their hard work, by the appropriate economic strategies, patriotism, and literacy. To overcome all of these challenges, we should make conclusive, inclusive, and comprehensive strategies that brings together all the stakeholders, whether they are the civil societies, public sectors, citizens, and the government. We should make strategies that can create good jobs and provide social protection to the most vulnerable. It is the need of the hour. It is the need of the hour to invest in education and raise funding for the schools and the universities, to arrange the training and the training programs and the seminars for the students and the teachers as well. Our society is needful for accountability and transparency. And make sure that those who are in power are held responsible for their actions. We should promote the culture of diversity and tolerance. Dear audience, I know that all of these challenges are daunting, but I do also believe in the determination and resilience of Pakistani youth. So, today, let's promise together that we can create a bright future for ourselves and for our country, and play our part in society with faithfulness and truthfulness. Thank you.
Ms. Laiba Tariq from the batch number 13